Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever. Happy New Year to you all. Let me bring in my co-conspirator for today, young Andy.
Hello there. Welcome, everybody.
So yes, it is a very happy New Year, hopefully for all of you. Hope you've all had a good Christmas and you're all keeping clear of this little bug that's going around. Should be glad when it's not, but hey ho.
Yeah, just a
So
bit.
yeah, it's a little bit frightening, but I know Andy and I have both been stabbed 3 times, so we should
Yep.
be
It makes you
fairly
feel
immune
better.
to it. Yeah, it makes you
Makes you
feel
feel
better.
much
You,
better.
you
Yeah.
know you're not immune to it, but at the end of the day, it's whatever. So, right, let's take
We've got to
Andy
live
off.
with it. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's take Andy off screen. That is what you saw on the thumbnail. It's a piece of,
Looks different from that angle. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's a piece of, I think it's you, but I'm not absolutely sure.
Well, that's a real surprise.
Yeah, so it's got some nice character to it. There's two inclusions there, branch inclusions there on what will be the inside. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 5 on this side. This end's got, did count it up earlier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 branches coming out of that end, and t'other end has got 3 and a half. So it's going to be a challenging turn. The black line runs around there is where I've super glued, which is actually a bark inclusion. There's a small bark inclusion there. So they've all been glued up. That bark inclusion runs down to the center. Actually runs through it a bit, and there's some more down here, but as these are being turned out, I'm not too worried. So without further ado, and that's on an F faceplate ring. So I've got the F jaws on, which is big enough for this, and this is 8x3. So while I'm balancing that on the lathe and getting myself organised,
I'll talk to you about
box
who's
up.
in.
Yep, I'll get that
Okay.
in. I'll change cameras so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing now. And if we
Okay.
go to that one, that's the overhead one. Yep. So you'll be able to see me working off of this front edge,
Yep.
or
Okay.
the back edge.
So the first one in was Keith, funnily enough, wishing everybody a happy new year. And I followed fairly swiftly after. But to get round to the rest of you, Tommy's Workshop, Mike Yu from Ilminster, Lawrence Begosia, Clive Rogerson, Chris Dodds, Brian Watkins, lots of repeat names, Michael McEwen, Copper Owl Wood Turning, hello Rob, and again, and Paul Heighton, the Greasby Turner, Linny Kins is in, say hello to Daddy.
Hang on, I've got to increase the volume. I can't hear you.
All right. I
That's
just
better.
said I just said your daughter was in
Yeah,
to
I
say
saw her.
hello
Hi,
to Daddy.
kiddo.
So David J Heath, the Guildford Carpenter. Done all them. Chris, Coffer, Brian at Hartwood Turning. Hello, Brian. And I think we may be getting somewhere near. Greg Alexander, Roy's the boy.
Oh,
Eric
you're early,
Winkler.
Roy.
Yes, he is. He
Yeah.
says, hello all, I'm early. State the blooming obvious. Yeah, well done, Roy. Good to see you.
Congratulations.
Yes. James Crawford. And I think we're there. So That's welcome everybody. Good to see you all.
Hello.
Hope you all had a lovely
welcome.
Christmas. 25 watching right now.
So, has everyone gone back to work, or not going back to work, or next week back to work?
Or some like ourselves, retired.
Yeah.
He says with some smugness.
Yeah. A bit too much hanging off the tool rest. So we can go round. That's why it wasn't cutting very well. A bit high on the tool rest. Does make a difference.
It certainly does.
It's better. Now I'm cutting at centre.
Lynn says she's at work, too young to retire apparently. Clive Rogerson works 2 days a week. Chris Dodd says, what's work? You'll find out one day, Chris. Keep going.
Yeah, these youngsters in here.
Eric's still healing from knee surgery.
Okay, hopefully
And Brian
everything's
says, work?
going well.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. What is this thing you speak of? I remember now, a 4-letter word, Chris Dodd said.
Yeah.
Yes, the old ones are the best.
Just about see me, can't you?
Yes, can. All I can say is good job you're turning backwards.
Yeah, or turning off the back.
That as well.
So, oh, that should be interesting. Nice purple knot there. And we've got purple round there.
Oh yeah.
But a little bit of a bark inclusion, which I'm quite happy to leave. Well, that's the outside inclusion, but this is a bark inclusion in the midst of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knots. So that's why it gives me a little bit of a hammering. This crack,
it would do,
yeah, that you can just see there. Let me bring the camera forward a fraction. That crack there is super glued up like the rest of them, hopefully. So we should end up with something that's usable and saleable.
And attractive. Yeah.
And,
Doug Miller's in.
Hello, Doug. So, right, let's give it one last pass.
And Michael McEwen says that was his top accomplishment of 2021. Retirement.
Retirement, yeah.
Yeah, well done, Michael. It's great. Enjoy it. You won't have time to do anything you think you should be able to.
It lasts as long as your body lets it. That's better. A more pleasing curve.
Yeah, nice. Positively shiny.
Yeah, straight off the tool. Just got a little
lovely
bit of an
timber in
edge
it for
there.
that.
Yeah. All right. Come back and mark out a mortise. Young mortiser. Just have one pass across the bottom first. I'm going to actually change cameras so that you can see what I'm doing.
Good, because we can't see very much there at the moment.
Well, it's end on, but it's about the best I can.
That's better, yeah.
We gone limp. Where are we? Everything's twisted. Should have left it alone, Andy. It was okay when it was. Yeah. I've got some new arms
right,
that
so
I'm hoping to get set up.
that's not bad. A little bit bleach, but that's not bad.
Shouldn't be. It doesn't look it from me, but
Mark Stroughton is in. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Benjamin is in.
Look out.
Stand by your benches.
Stand by your beds, everybody. Yeah. If there was ever going to be any trouble, it could be any moment now.
And we miss it if we didn't get it.
Yeah. You've got to have
Sidley
someone
61 is in.
You can have a laugh with as well.
Yep, that's right. Hello, Sidley.
Okay. Spindle Gouge, which I moved just now because it was in the way. I find the spindle gouge set at the right height is a lot easier for going in to define the edge of the mortise rather than a big bowl gouge.
James Crawford says he retired 2 weeks ago. A very new boy.
Still practicing then, James?
Yeah. Just enjoy it all.
Yeah.
It's great. Yes, wood turning was my present to myself when I retired.
Yeah.
Set up a decent workshop and really get stuck into it.
I must admit, through working for myself, having full control of my books, I could indulge in one or two bits that I knew I would want. So the old business did pay for a few bits.
Bless it.
Yeah. I'll make it look like this is supposed to be on there. I think we might even go a little bit over the top today.
Why not? It is January after all. I don't know what difference that makes, but
it just means we got rid of December. That's a bit,
yes,
a bit high.
Yeah, we're just heading into the worst of the winter. Yeah, it's great.
Right.
And Roy's the boy says, what lathe is that you have?
It's a Polewood. It's the Polewood Euro 1500, which is not made any longer, or shorter, or taller, or fatter.
In any way, shape or form.
They went out of business.
Oh, did they actually went down? All right, that's a shame.
It was part of Silverline Industries originally, so I'm led to believe. They were quite good lathes, and the reason I've got one is because one of our club members did all the fabrication work for Terry. He was our local agent for them, so it meant we did get a little bit of discount. And if there was an issue, it wasn't an issue.
Right, yeah.
Because we quickly saw Ray and he said, oh yeah, we've had that problem before, I know what that is, okay, we can fix that. And before you had a chance to get any further moan at anyone, it was fixed, which was good.
Yeah, which is the way to do it, if you
can. Good
can.
old customer service.
Excellent, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to power sand that because of that inclusion there, so just make it a little bit easier and quicker. Not that we're too worried about time. And if we run over, we run over, and it's not specifically just an hour. See what that looks like. There's a bit of 80 grit. That's cleared up all of the big knobbly bits that we didn't want. Straight over to 120.
That's going to look nice when it's all done, isn't it?
That once the sanding sealer goes on there, this will really pop.
It'll ping, won't it? Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Probably ping and pop.
That's done with the 240. No, it isn't. That's 120. Go mad and hit it with 240.
Oh, hello.
Stop and see what we've got.
Something in Russian or something.
Yeah, I think you can dispose of that, mate.
Yeah, okay.
If you would. If you can't,
Certainly
I will.
will. Yep, no, I will.
That looks nice. That feels nice.
Oh. More actions. It's on there, is it? Oh, I know why. I'm on the wrong. I'm in StreamYard. It's not the one.
You've got to do it in tubes.
Yep. So I just realised.
Yeah.
That's it. Done.
Right. It's still on screen, but that's not a problem.
Oh, it'll go over. You're on YouTube. You're on StreamYard, aren't you? Yeah, it'll go in a minute.
No idea, Brian. I've just read your comment while I'm having a quick feel on that. And that feels quite nice. So, what are we going to do? Let's go silly and Yorkshire grit it. I don't always use that, but I haven't done it in Yorkshire grit for some time. So. Don't want liqueur. Don't want that. Have I got acrylic sanding sealer? How about that?
Yes, I've just had to order some more of that.
Surprised how much you can get rid of doing lives.
I'm obviously using a lot more than I ever did.
Yeah.
Because I always used to use the brush on cellulose.
Yeah, I still do. Not
but
cellulose, but the shellac.
Right, I haven't actually used it for quite some time now, and it's gone quite gloopy in the jar. And the brush is probably rubbish by now.
Past its sell-by date.
Yeah, very much. I do like the spray-on stuff. It's very quick and easy to use.
It gives you the chance, although... Right, no one picked up on it, but what I actually used was the decorating elf with the round cutter to put a little bit of texture in the bottom.
Ah, right.
I
saw you were doing something down there, but I couldn't see what it was.
It's the decorating elf, which is a bit more controllable than the Sorbet.
Yeah, the big one, yeah.
And on something this size, it's quite nice.
I've got some Axminster ones which sort of come between the two, I think.
Right, yeah, well that one came with 3 different heads. So, right.
Yorkshire grit.
Just in case Glyn's watching.
I haven't seen him, but he
No.
may not signed in. Quite sure where Ben's coming from. Benjamin, I'd be interested to know why the feature of having a dip on the bed bars to allow for bigger platters went out of fashion. Looks super useful, he says.
Most of that, I think, Ben, was for metal lathes when they had crankshafts and wheels and bits like that on, rather than for wood turning. I
Most
may
wood
well be
turning, or
wrong.
a lot of wood turning lathes, of course, you can turn the head now.
Yeah.
So you don't need the bars to be out the way.
So I'm massaging this in with the same bit of paper. At around about 150, 200.
You've got your first gorgeous from
Good.
Rob Copperell. And
Thanks,
real
Rob.
simple things
Hello,
is in.
Baz.
Hello, Baz.
There are a couple of lathes that still enjoy the cut-out bedway, and I think they're more of the specialist ones.
It's a lot cheaper to make if you haven't got to do all that extra machining on them.
Yep.
I would think. I suspect that's why. I've got faint recollections of seeing one somewhere once, and that's about it.
Right, well, if you go into our workshop down at the museum and go into the stick makers part, which was our old part, there's a red one.
Oh, down the bottom.
Screwed up against
the stick makers. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh right. Okay.
It's screwed up on the wall with 3-inch coach bolts because it was a bit heavy, and I didn't want it falling on us when we were in there, and we didn't. But we decided that we didn't really want it, so we left it there.
Fine. You got a couple of other lathes in there as well, haven't you? Treadle
yeah,
ones.
but we got a Victorian treadle, and we've got a Holtzaffel in there. The most basic of the Holtzaffels, but it's still worth a few pence, even including the wormholes that it's got.
Yeah.
Right, so that's a clean bit of paper coming off of there now.
Rob CP is watching in the background. He's cleaning the kitchen. A woman's work is never done.
Good man, but Rob. Good man.
Ruby Claire is in.
Hello, Ruby.
Her stubby has, where is it, jumped, has a nice feature. You can pull the bed back and create that extra space.
Yeah, I was going to say stubby, but I wasn't 100% certain.
Oh, well, there you are. I was going to say straight from the horse's mouth, but I won't say that. That would be very rude.
No, it's Ruby, not any horse. Right, so what are we going to put on there? We're going to put Hampshire Sheen High Gloss Finishing Wax, which is getting to be a little bit towards its sell-by date, the looks of it. It's gone a bit hard. Didn't think I'd had it that long, and the lid was on. I tend to put my wax on with the lathe static, rub it in that way, make sure I get it where I want it before I'll power up the lathe and put the lid on. It's not the first time I've put it on the floor.
Ruby says you can call me a horse. They're lovely animals.
Fine. That's not a problem, Ruby. Thank you. I'd hate to offend you. So that's buffed in. Now, the trick with this is not to put too much weight on the paper, let the paper do the work and keep changing to a fresh, clean spot on the paper.
It's shining nicely.
Yeah, it'll probably get a buff afterwards.
Yeah, I often do it. Just gives that extra little zing, doesn't it?
Yep. Yep. Oh yes. I just need
It's
to
lovely,
touch
isn't it?
up around the very top, but there's a little
I've
bit rough there, so I'm
really
probably
finished
going
that
to
yet. So
round that over
yeah,
as I get to it. Well, I did say that would be a bit characterful.
yes, just a bit.
Mm.
It certainly is.
Just pinch it up to it. Now ease it round a couple of times just to clean any wax out that might be in the mortise in the recess. And then finally pinch it up on the chuck. Right. That's spinning quite well. Don't want that one. Don't want that one. Clear the lathe bed. It's not wobbling, so it's good to go. Nice easy cut right off the edge. Right, it's down into the knot, so let's stop and see what we've got.
I thought you were bouncing on something. Yep.
Yeah, well, it's that brown
Surprising,
line
really,
there
is it?
is quite a bit of bark.
Yeah.
Little bit of tear out through there. There's a bit more bark and knot right on the edge there. So yeah, I've set myself a fair challenge, I think, on this one. But you know,
It's good for you.
anyone can turn nice, straightforward bits of straight grain wood.
I'm planning to tonight.
Good. Okay. No, I'm not going to move the head, but I'm just going to disappear around the side and just radius over this top of fraction. Don't know whether you can see me. I'm underneath the monitor, so I can't see myself even. But
You can
that's
just see your tool appearing from around the corner.
okay.
So yeah, that's fine.
That's all I'm going to do is just that. That's a much better finish on there now. Much better shape. It's going to need to be sanded anyway because that end grain is broken out. And I'm not quite full depth there yet, Andy. I've got to go a little bit.
I did wonder. It looked as though it was wobbling a little bit, but
Yeah.
couldn't work out whether it was or not. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was obviously.
Yep.
Eric Winkler's got to go,
Thanks for stopping by, Eric.
and he's given the thumbs up.
Let's see what that's like. I've literally taken off hair.
Yeah. Angel's hair.
Angel's hair. That's better. We're still not quite round, just here. Okay. One more attack.
Oh yeah. See it when you start it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot though now, is it?
No, but it's just enough that I can see it.
Yeah.
That feels better. That was a freshly ground tool on the edge. I think the previous one was freshly ground, but it taken a little bit of punishment on the outside. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that now.
It's looking better. Yep. Much.
Let's go with the old one to start with, or the duller one. At least I don't have to resharpen one then. Well, that's totally lost its edge now.
Yeah, with all that in there, not surprised really.
Not sure how sharp this one is. We'll find out now. Sharp at the moment. Another 1/2 inch bowl gouge. All ground to the same profile, same angles, which works for me.
That's what it needs to do if it's your tool.
There's something hard in there because it's taken that edge off already.
Copperell Rob says, when should one feel confident that the faceplate ring will not be needed and can be removed? When it gets in the way, I should think.
Yeah. When it's a bit of a nuisance. And it's not at the moment, so. It won't be long.
No, you're nearly there, aren't you?
Right, I'm going to revert to the oldest tool in the book, and the oldest tool that I've got, digital calipers. Yep. Quite reasonable.
Wood Wizardry by Colin is in. He says, hi all, sorry I'm late.
Hi, Colin. What's the excuse?
No excuse given, I'm afraid.
No.
He's here in time to see the very last bit.
He's not taken over from Roy, has he?
It could be.
That feels better. Yep. Just going to, not with that one I'm not, because that's lost an edge on there. So go back to the one sharp one. Yeah.
Gone off.
I can jump between all of my tools because they're all got the same grind on them. They're all at 45 degrees. So whether it's the 3 half-inch ones that I've been using or a 10mm, oh, that's hard work. That's the second one that's dead. That's a bowl gouge, spindle gouge. Okay, so I want to keep that big one. What have we got? We go for a 3/8 then. No, we won't. It's another half-inch. Oh, we'll take the ring off now. I think we're safe.
Benjamin says he hears the new robust lathes have an undo redo button, so no worries about going too thin.
Okay.
You wish. You wish.
Yeah. Well, you can just see that lot there. That is bark. And in that bark there's grit. Those 2 spots are bark, which has got grit in them. There's grit in there. I felt it as soon as I went over. So it's not surprising.
You could hear that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so faceplate ring off. It's only on by 3'8".
So about now, Rob.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to take it off too early.
That would have blunted the tool a bit.
Well, this one
if
isn't that much sharper anyway.
Oh, isn't it?
It's sharp on one wing.
Right. Yeah. They can be very punishing, some of these bits of timber, can't they?
Yeah. Particularly with the
inclusions. Yeah.
Bark in there.
Yeah.
Because the way bark grows, it grows in lots of small stems. God, doesn't want to know on that left-hand wing. But the right-hand wing is good on that one. Okay. Going down in size. 3/8 bowl gouge. Sharp at the moment. That's lost its edge. Tell you one thing, guys. If I was doing a pull cut, which now seems to be the favourite of most people, it wouldn't have had any edge on it. Well, there you go. That's the reason. That one's lost its edge. Massive.
Adam is in. Adam, I love wood turning.
Hi, Adam. No good.
And door 60 is in.
Hi, guys.
Hello, door.
If I stop that now, I think that middle bit that's just jumped out is literally bark. Yeah. But we're having fun. Still on the lathe. Even though it's knocked itself out. See the wobble on it now?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Ruby puts another side of things and says, once I put a piece in the chuck, if it's running true, then I remove the ring. That way I can take out the centre and ensure I don't go through the bottom. I just read them.
Yeah. the ring will come off well before I get to full depth.
I've just taken about 3 more out. Messages.
Missed that, mate. Sorry.
I've just taken 3 more messages out.
Okay.
As Michael says, you're under attack, Andy.
Yeah.
I should just keep removing them and then
Yep.
report it if necessary. They're different people, or at least they're putting different names in.
Coming in as different names, yeah. I had one on my Facebook account today.
Oh, really? Yeah.
For circular wood, and she was a nice young lady with the picture. But you read
But you know
read the basic details, and she was a he.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Yeah. You know what they're trying to sell anyway, don't you? So,
No.
if they give pictures. Yeah. It's a shame. It's not necessary, is it?
Didn't get very far.
No. Can't imagine they would most of the time. As Colin says, the numpties are about again.
Yeah. They've got bored over Christmas and the New Year with nothing to do. Right. I think we're pretty close on what is going to be the finished shape. Cool. All that rubbish I've taken out now.
Yep.
Well, not all of it, a lot of it. I've got a little bit of a ring just there that needs to come down.
Looks lovely though. It's gonna, when you sanding seal that, it's gonna look gorgeous.
Yeah. Just got rid of it. A few lines across the bottom.
Just got rid of another one. And Adam says, take it as a compliment. I've never had any numpties on my stream. Well, no more than 12 anyway.
It's all strikes to the site.
Yep.
So thank you to them all.
Yes. Click the like on your way out, will you?
Right, if you don't click the like, thank you very much.
Yep, even so, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We can't help it that you're a sad case. So that's taken 1, 2, 3, 4 chisels, 4.5 chisels to turn that.
Yes, just to turn that, yeah. Let's call it a 2, so you're doing all right.
Oh, not worried about the time. If it was
No, I
quarter
know,
past, I wouldn't worry.
I just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah. Thank you. Now the boring bit. We'll have to start off on
drilling a hole, are you? Yeah.
80. Because it's a little bit. There's a couple of lumps in there which I'm not happy about, but I know we can lose them now.
I missed a question from Benjamin. Is it good advice to sharpen your tool as soon as you feel it getting dull, rather than continuing on? Wink,
Yes.
wink.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No doubt about that one.
That's why they were all sharpened before I started, Ben.
That question was a little while ago, but I did miss it. Busy chasing these, well, bots as they're beginning to call them, robots. Ben says, I'd guess they're bots, not actual people. And Brian says that's what he thinks.
straightened out all the little bits that I did leave. Get happy with that. So we'll go on to a bit of 120. Work through the grits as best you can. Oh yes, a question came up on Wood Turning International, which I'm part and parcel of, or I'm signed into, about cutting discs for Velcro pads. The abrasive I use is Velcro backed, cloth backed. Now I cut them bigger, although this one's pretty mean, than the 3-inch. I usually cut them 3 1/4, minimum 3 3/8, so that all 4 sides hang off like that. So if you imagine you've got 4 sides hanging off, you can then change the cutting grain grits by moving it round 1/4, so you've got 4 bits on it. So don't bother to cut them out or punch them out round. You've only got the one chance of using it. Hope that helps one or two of you that cut their own.
Adam says what's interesting is YouTube suggests thumbs down, not if you dislike the... It's jumped. Not if you dislike the content, but so it doesn't serve you up more or similar in your recommended views. So Ben comes back and says, are you sure, Adam? I've disliked all your videos and yet they keep popping up. He's straight in there, isn't he?
Yeah.
John from New Jersey is in. Hello, John.
Hello, John. That's a new name, isn't it?
I think I've seen him before somewhere.
Yeah.
Wouldn't like to say, well, not on our lives, I don't think.
No. So now we're on 240.
So welcome, John, anyway.
Just sand a little bit deeper than where I needed to, really, but through just redefining the outside. Quite happy with that.
Go on, sanding sealant now.
Rattling can, yeah. You
Good.
can all see it as it appears.
Look at that. It's a work of art.
There's more knots and inclusions in that than there is actually straight grain.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah. That is stunning, isn't it? Look at it. All the colours and everything. It's just all there.
See if I can get a decent picture and put up.
Start a You Appreciation Society or something.
Yeah. Thank you. I didn't realise my fan base was that big.
Yeah. I thought somebody would come back with something. It's gorgeous timber, though, and it really is lovely.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm sitting here with my safety glasses on, I've just realised.
Muppet.
Yeah. Takes a little while.
He's slow.
I did put them on when I thought it was me this lunchtime when I discovered it wasn't.
Yeah.
But, hey.
Purple and pippy bits.
Yes.
I might have to dust mine off because I can't see a lot out of them.
Yeah. That's lovely.
Pippy bits. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, I think, inclusions in there.
Yeah, and you only
Or
use 4
branches.
gouges. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't really complain at all, can you?
I can, but I won't.
It won't do you any good.
No, no. So,
And
back
Adam
on.
says, what would that fetch down at the museum, Keith? Just being
I would probably put 30, 35 on it. Depends on the event we've got running, because some events down there you can put a little bit more on than others. If it's just a craft fair like Andy and I did running up to Christmas, prices have got to be a little bit lower.
Yeah, it's
because
mostly
it's
the
a
smaller
craft.
stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. That
Ruby says that'll be a lovely fruit or candy bowl.
little candy bowl. It's already sold anyway. So.
Or sweet dish, whichever you call it. Depends where you come from.
So just ramp the volume up a bit now. Put the lid on that before it goes on the floor and picks up added grit. That's a wood turner's dozen. Yeah. Nearer 2 dozen, Chris.
In fact, 2.5 dozen.
Yeah. It would be a bargain, Adam, but how many bowls do you want to keep? How many turned items can you reliably
Yeah.
store without getting moaned at? Oh, another one. Another one.
Yeah.
I could take this in and put it on the side and it would sit there for a couple of days, and then she'd turn around and say, when you're putting that away?
Yeah, I know the feeling. I do put mine on the side sometimes. They stay there for a few days. That's it.
Words to that effect. Yeah.
Yeah, but somebody will get some pleasure out of it.
Yeah. Well, we know who's going to get some pleasure out of this one.
Absolutely. Yep. Spread the love.
Yeah. It's a neighbour of Andy's. It's a fellow volunteer down the museum who's done a little bit of work for me, and he wouldn't take any money, so he's going to end up with a nice little bowl, which was agreed before Andy and I started today, so it's not a spur of the moment thing. Regardless of what came out, John was going to get it.
Yep, he'll love it. I'm sure he will. He's a craftsman. He's a craftsman in metal, but he appreciates workmanship. That works very well. I do his woodwork and he does my metalwork. It's a very good arrangement.
And I just jump in if I need anything desperately.
Yeah, I need more metalwork doing than he does woodwork, so that's all right.
So I'm waiting for the paper to come away clean, which it is now. So
I'm going to use some Yorkshire grit tonight for the first time for a little while.
Turn off the big sucky thing, because it was starting to annoy me.
Yes.
Going back in with Hampshire Sheen gloss. Is it that one? I've got bits of paper that's got wax on it. As before, I put it on with the lathe static, and I can rub it in easier, rather than you can get lines, and if you rub it in with the lathe running too fast, you can actually put much more on than what you really need. So this method works for me. dare say other people have got their own methods and routines. So turn the speed right down. Start to melt it in a bit. Getting undressed, Andy?
No, just put my phone. I've just taken a photograph of it to show John. while your hand wasn't there.
Okay.
But Adam says there's definitely strong currency in the barter market. I had some plumbing work done for the cost of my time making a nice fruit bowl before Christmas. That's quite right, Adam, and long may it last.
I didn't get into much bartering when I was plumbing. Everyone just wanted a price for the job.
Well, if you're actually living on the proceeds, barter doesn't always work.
No,
because you can't eat what they're giving you or what you're giving them. But for the likes of the hobbyist, it's ideal. It was water through the light in the kitchen for a leaky pipe on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, not good.
So he thought it was a good trade.
Yeah, particularly on Christmas Eve, and
yes,
they're hard to come by
and expensive.
Well, everyone seems to put their price up ridiculously this last 12 months.
Yeah, right. Yep, and particularly at Christmas time, New Year time. Yeah, absolutely crazy.
Where's the mouse? Let's go.
Pub's led the way there, I think.
Yeah, let's bring Andy in.
Oh, hello.
Let's change.
I recognise him.
Cameras. Put me on as well.
Yes, a nice view of your heater that was.
Yeah.
There it is. That is gorgeous. Love that.
Quite pleased with that. You can just see the colour in the bottom. I just need to go over that with a little bristle brush and pick out the
texture.
paper in it. Yeah.
Oh yes, I can see it. Just
see it, can you?
Yeah.
But, yes, considering there's that many knots in there.
Colin says stunning.
Stunning, yeah.
Chris Dodds is getting personal, saying the silver foxes of wood turning.
We've been called worse.
Ruby Clare hired an electrician once and ended up paying him in turning lessons.
Right.
I think he probably did quite well out of that.
Yeah. So, do you want to stick up your link, Andy, for tonight?
Yes, I will
Andy's
do indeed.
On tonight. So, thank you for all your comments, guys.
Do that in YouTube, haven't I?
Even more gorgeous, says Rob. Awesome, says Michael McEwen.
And there's my
nice
link.
Work, says Brian. Gorgeous, says Doug. Adam says beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, so it's the
beautiful, yes.
It's the
okay.
Take on
you.
Yeah.
And the you. There are lots of them. I haven't seen that one before, though.
No.
Oh, Ben spotted it. He spotted it.
We were going to have some money on that, Ben. It's empty. But
if nothing else, they're a conversation point.
Yeah. What's in there, Ben, is offcuts of pen blanks or bits and pieces that I donate to a lady that makes jewellery. So it's nice looking pieces of wood that are too good to throw it away. Yeah. It's a nice bowl and the shape of the wood. Well done, Keith. Thanks, Lawrence. Thank you all.
Adam was asking whether the pupil of Ruby's became a wood turner, and she says yes with 2 lathes.
Okay.
So taking it seriously.
Yeah. Well, it is a serious hobby, but we can still joke about it as well.
Oh yeah, we can enjoy it. I mean, if it's a hobby, you've got to enjoy it, haven't you?
Yeah.
If it becomes hard work, that's bad.
So
As Adam said, someone had to spot the yellow bag. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a comment we did make.
Yeah, it's
before.
quite amusing that.
Did your link come through?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
No, nor have I. Do you want to stick it in again, just to?
Yes, I did it in YouTube.
Yeah, stick it in again and hit enter this time.
Didn't I hit enter? Oh no, I didn't. Oh. It's still there.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
My boys.
It's my age. Blame that for everything. Yeah, it was still sitting there waiting patiently.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, it is. So, if you want to have another laugh tonight, but it's a serious laugh with us, and
with any luck, it'll be the first opportunity to use my new intro that my son-in-law made for me as a Christmas present. Some of you may have seen it. It's on YouTube, but
it's on the tubes. I've seen it, and it looked quite good.
But it's going to be my attempt at doing something for the first 56 seconds, I think it is, of my live. So we'll see if it works.
Yeah.
I hope you can hear the music as well, because there is some. So.
Okay. So before Andy's on tonight, you've got Wendy at Toonpish. She's got a video going out at, I believe it's 7 o'clock, where she's got a suspended something in resin. I can't remember what it is now.
There was something, wasn't there? Yeah, I remember seeing it.
Yeah. I can only get yellow. I can't get amber, I'm afraid, Douglas.
It's close. It's close enough.
Yeah. So. So if there's no more questions, guys, been quite good today. Must have explained it quite well on the way through.
Yes, absolutely.
Or it must have been enjoyable to watch.
No, I can't find Wendy's.
No, but she's got a premiere tonight. It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it doesn't come up immediately, but yeah, it's on tonight.
So
before I do mine, I think.
Yes, it is 7 o'clock, and you're at 8.
Yeah.
So without further ado, there is today's rather beautiful, gorgeous U-bowl, which is already going to a new home. It just needs a quick buff before it goes. And I will say cheerio and thank you, everybody.
And I'll say goodbye.
And see you tonight.
See you later.
Say cheerio and hit end broadcast, which I'm just about to do. So thank you all for you lovely people joining us on a lunchtime. And we'll see you next Tuesday lunchtime. Andy's doing, I believe. But it'll be next Tuesday lunchtime after tonight. So
4th, 11th. Yes, I'm doing next Tuesday lunchtime. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Rich is on in the evening. So right, I'm off. Bye, guys.
Lovely. Bye, everybody.